Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Welcome, I'm SARA BANTA, and I'm here talking today about my most comprehensive cleanse, and that is the Ascent Diet Cleanse. And you know what? I really wish it didn't have the word cleanse or diet in it, because I hate those two words that makes you think that you're going to be hangry and I'm putting you on a juice fast and you're going to have headaches and no energy. Well, the truth is the Ascent Diet Cleanse is the only cleanse that truly makes you feel great day one. So as I go through it all, I want you to comment if you have any questions. Make sure you ask in the chat and share this with your friends and family. This truly is the cleanse that can turn around people's lives and give a reset, a thyroid reset, a metabolism reset, fat burning reset. It truly can help reverse diabetes and insulin resistance within 30 days, reverse fatty liver, eliminate that bloat, increase that mental clarity, increase the energy, reverse substance abuse damage that you've done. Maybe you were a drinker, maybe you were doing drugs in the past. And I have seen results from people in that situation that would blow your mind. And I truly am helping you reverse your age. Right now in 2022, there are more people with weight gain that is unexplained, candida that is growing in and out of their bodies, and skin rashes, estrogen dominance. You're going to the gym, you're eating right, and you're still not getting the results that you want. So what I want to go through is the supplements one by one, but first, why the other cleanses don't work. There are theories like calories in, calories out, or just keep exercising. That won't work. Why? Because the body's smart. If you slow down the amount of calories you're taking in, it's like a bank account. Are you going to spend $30 when you only know that you have $20 in the bank? Or are you going to spend $500 on shoes when you've got millions of dollars in the bank? There's a different feeling, right? You know what you can afford. Well, the body's the same way. If it knows it's only going to get 100 calories every 6 hours or every 3 hours during the day, it's going to make sure that it holds on to those 100 calories. And so what's different with the Ascent Diet Cleanse is that we kick you into fat burning, and then the body says, oh my gosh, I have so much fat on my body to burn that I can increase my metabolism. I can increase my fat burning. I can increase the amount of energy sent to my brain and my body. And when your body is focused on digestion, it's not going to send the blood and the energy to the brain and to your extremities. That's why you get tired and you get that slump in the afternoon after lunch, right? So what we do is we're going to take you through all of the different supplements and how they work synergistically so that you do feel good day one. And this cleanse is going to help with adrenal fatigue, leaky gut, estrogen dominance, which is an effect essentially causing low libido, menstrual irregularities, migraines, lethargy, constipation, unexplained weight gain or bloat. All of these things are signs that your body is just burdened. It's burdened. Our livers are burdened because our livers are not meant to take on the amount of toxins that we have in 2022. It's made to take on the amount of toxins that our ancestors were living with, which was not very many. And you may have pain in your joints, insomnia, that backed up liver that is causing all of this inflammation throughout the body and the brain, and then causing hormonal changes. Did you know that most men today have 20% of the testosterone they did 40 years ago? Testosterone in men, even young men, has gone way down. And women, their hormones are out of balance. We've got fibroids, PCOS, all of these different issues, low thyroid, Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, that has skyrocketed, especially with the increased amount of toxins in our body that is backing up our liver, because our liver is where the inactive thyroid hormone converts into the active thyroid hormone. Okay, so what is in the Ascent Diet Cleanse? We're going to go step by step, and I'm going to tell you how to take it, how I take it, and hopefully by you knowing what I do on a daily basis, it will help you envision how easy it is to do. So supplement number one, I wake up, I'm sleepwalking to grab my bottle of Acceleradine. This should be in everybody's daily protocol, whether you're on the Ascent Diet Cleanse or not. And that is because Acceleradine is number one, the only iodine that is monoatomic, has 100% bioavailability, and it goes to every 100 trillion cells of your body. So it's helping kick out the toxins out of the cells, including your brain. The pineal gland gets calcified. That's what causes brain fog. So what's happening is the Acceleradine goes into the brain even and kicks out those toxins and wakes you up, and you feel great. And then it's also helping with your thyroid, Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, kicking out the toxins out of your thyroid and kicking out those oxalates, which we'll get into, that are love to stay in that thyroid, slowing down your thyroid. It's also getting into your breast tissue. Did you know that your breast tissue has 4 times the amount of iodine receptor sites than the thyroid? By taking enough iodine, you are decreasing your chances of breast cancer by 50%, and most cancers. So the Acceleradine is not only antiviral, antifungal, but it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antioxidant. It helps with allergies, histamines. It increases mucus, which in a positive way. It hydrates the cells. Did you know that Acceleradine is the only way to hydrate the cells without drinking water? And it increases energy physically and mentally. And it also performs that function called apoptosis, and that is the natural death of traumatized or unhealthy cells. It is also, apoptosis is that programmed cell death. So when a fetus is growing, they're going through a major amount of apoptosis, and same with kids that are growing. That is why this is so important for your kids and for your pregnant women in your life. It will also help with just kicking out the helping with the thyroid hormones, T4, T3, T2 even, but that conversion from the inactive T4, which stands for tyrosine and 4 molecules of iodine, and tyrosine and 3 molecules of iodine. We need that iodine for this. Most other iodine supplements only have 10 to 20% absorption. And most others are also have other ingredients in the supplement, and that's what people have allergic reactions to. And that's why practitioners are very wary of prescribing iodine. So Acceleradine is different than any other iodine. So what you want to do is you're going to take a cup of water, and you're going to take 3 drops and put it in the water, and you chug it. And you can have that in 1 ounce of water, or you can have it in 8 ounces of water. Depends on, it doesn't really matter. You're going to do that 3 times a day on an empty stomach, and it needs to be at least 15 minutes away from any other food or supplements. So what I do when I wake up, I take my iodine, I then go make my coffee or tea, and then I go put on my stem cell patches, which we'll go over in a minute. And then I start with the rest of my supplements. But you're going to do 3 drops in water 3 times a day, day 1. You increase that by 1 drop per dose per day until you get to 25 drops 3 times a day. Why so much? because we have toxic overload. And toxicity and insulin resistance are the two things that are accelerating our aging. So we want to combat that. And the iodine, the Acceleradine, actually has been shown to help with blood sugar and blood pressure. So something very interesting that most people don't know about. In the Ascent Diet Cleanse, you get a sample of my accelerated ancient salt. And you then, after you do the Acceleradine, you put just a little bit on your tongue. And why do you do that? It helps with appetite, helps with nausea, helps with any Herxheimer reaction or detox symptoms. Most people don't have those issues, but it also gives you energy. And it's been proven that the proper salt or mineral and electrolyte, by taking that pre-workout, you're able to actually work out 21 minutes longer than without. The accelerated ancient salt comes in a 4-ounce bottle if you want to get more of it, and also in a 32-ounce bottle. So you can get it in all sizes. But why do we have the salt? The salt is full of 62 minerals. It's enhanced with scalar frequencies, just like the Acceleradine is enhanced with scalar frequencies to detox the body of radiation and heavy metals. Well, so is the salt. The salt is also programmed with scalar frequencies to help detox the body, rehydrate the cells, and reorganize the DNA. The other thing that the two together help with is actually reverse damage done to the DNA by mRNA and spiked proteins, which is something that is affecting everybody right now. And we can get into that later, but what we're seeing is that spike protein is causing an effect with fat malabsorption or fat and protein digestion and breakdown in the body. So there's reason to want to reverse that damage. Okay, so with that, so now I have taken my Acceleradine, I've made my coffee, I've taken my salt, and now I'm going to pull out the game changer, and that's the accelerated keto. You take 3 to 4 pills. What this is doing, this turns your body into fat burning mode within 30 minutes as it taps into its own fat stores right away. And by taking this, it's the quickest way to start burning those excess calories, suppressing your appetite, and maintaining that high level of energy. And when the body is running on the ketones supplied by the accelerated keto, combining with intermittent fasting and a low-carb diet instead of utilizing glucose, ATP production, which is a word that you're going to get used to me talking about because that's true cellular energy, that increases significantly, leading to enhanced physical and mental energy. And the additional ingredients in accelerated keto breaks down fats, those saturated fats, into unsaturated fats. Why is this important? This is going to start going after that fatty liver and that visceral fat. Those are the dangerous fats that we need to get rid of. And the more a person's liver is defatted and unclogged, it's easier for the liver to function in all areas, including breaking down the fat molecules into usable energy and burning that belly fat. The liver's also where the thyroid hormones convert from T4 to T3. And as the liver function becomes better, the thyroid works better as well, increasing metabolism, mitochondrial function, and energy. And it's known that when the thyroid isn't functioning, digestion suffers, unexplained weight gain, you might get more constipated. All of these things are related. If your thyroid's not working, liver's not functioning, circulation isn't great, maybe you're retaining water in your ankles, you're bloated, it just doesn't feel good. So the accelerated keto kickstarts you. And then finally you're like, oh my gosh, I can do this now. Tell me what next, Sarah, I can do it. Now you get to start your day and you get to go do your workout, go on a walk, go lift heavy weights. Whatever that means to you, but you are going to be fueled with plenty of calories, plenty of energy because your body is not focused on that digestion of that breakfast that you're normally having. And it's sending all of the energy to your extremities, to your arms and to your legs and to your brain. And all you need really to function is hydration. So that's why it's really important to have the salt, right? You can put that in your water as well. And that's where we're going to come to next. Real quick before I finish, there are some other ingredients in the accelerated keto that spark that energy even more, increase the ketones even more on top of the ketones that are in the keto. So this is where accelerated keto takes it to another level. Way beyond any other keto supplement. There's mucal in it, and this is known to break down fats even further and provide that energy spark to burn those fats as it breaks it down. It also actually supports joint and muscle health. In Ayurvedic medicine, it's known to have that hot or fire element, and this formula it makes it be the match that lights that keto process, and it also helps detoxify the body and the liver. There's also organic trichatu that heats up the digestive fire. Most of us have issues with digestion, and it allows for extremely high absorption of the ketones and cofactors. So what's this going to do? The accelerated keto and intermittent fasting, because now we have the energy just to keep going, right? We don't need that food. We're going to reduce the inflammation, increase that ATP production by at least 5 times. And I didn't mention, guess what? The Acceleradine increases your ATP production by 18 times. So you go do the math. 5 times 18 is what? There's exponential increase in that ATP production at the cellular level. A lot of you might find, oh my gosh, I don't need my coffee anymore. Maybe I'll go to decaf tea or decaf coffee. And a lot of us just enjoy the taste of coffee, and you don't have to give it up. But the accelerated keto has pure calf in it, and dynamine and L-threonine. So what those do is those give you a really great steady energy that lasts all day long, but it also calms your brain down. So as we are in this stressed lifestyle, we are going to start increasing our serotonin, our dopamine, our GABA. All of our feel-good hormones start increasing because we're reducing the inflammation in our brain with the accelerated keto and without eating those heavy carb foods. And we're going to start feeling better mentally and physically. That's why this cleanse is so amazing for your mental health and physical health. And I want to say spiritual health. A lot of people find that their brains wake up, that their connection to God or their higher self increases, and they become aware of things that they weren't aware of. They let go of the relationships in their life that are toxic. Those things start helping or start leaving your life that you don't need, and you start sleeping better because the energy we have is very stable. We don't have that afternoon crash where then we're reaching for the Diet Coke or the Monster drink or the iced coffee. We are fine. We just need our hydration. So where does the hydration come in? Because we don't need to eat yet, right? We wait until we are hungry to eat. So, and that might be 11 a.m. for some of you. It might not be until 4 or 5 p.m. Wait till you're hungry and really get in tune with those true hunger signals. Okay, so for the electrolytes, you've got your Quintessential 0.9 and you've got your Wild-Lytes. Both are awesome electrolyte formulas. The Quintessential is essentially based on seawater, and it has the exact same composition of minerals and electrolytes that are in our own blood plasma. So what happens is it's like our body's just bathing in it. I take this before I work out, and then I'll take 1 or 2 throughout the day, because I work out hard and I also like to sweat in a sauna. So if you're doing any of that, you need to increase the amount of electrolytes and salts that you're taking in during the day. It supports homeostasis, rehydrates, it helps with normal digestion, and it eliminates excess water retentions. All of these factors are leading to a leaner and healthier gut and metabolic health. Your cells can't function without the salts and without the minerals. I think some of you have heard the story of my son as a 15-year-old when he was an elite athlete, woke me up in the middle of the night pounding on his wall because his heart had stopped. Why did it stop? Because he did not have the right amount of electrolytes in his body for the amount of calories he was burning, the amount he was sweating, and he was working out really hard. You need to be mindful of electrolytes. A lot of people will start this cleanse feeling great day 1, day 2, great, and day 3, they hit a wall. What is it? It's not the supplements, it's not the detox, it is the lack of electrolytes. Your body gets its energy from those electrolytes. Okay, so the Wild-Lytes, you would just do 1 scoop a couple times a day, depending on how much you are sweating and working out. So those are your electrolytes. Next, the Accelerated Scalar Silver. This supplement started my business. This supplement and my business started out of the fact that my son was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 9. So you can imagine as a mom how I felt. Well, within a year, changing his diet and using this supplement, we saw a dramatic reversal of all of his symptoms. His energy came back and the cancer cells were gone. That 9-year-old is now a 20-year-old in college. None of my kids have been sick in the last 10 years. No one has had a symptom from the ongoing virus, but we all had tested positive a few times. So no symptoms, and that is because of the supplement. So how do you take it? The beauty of this supplement, it is so great for all the young people and old people in your life that don't want to change their diets, don't want to change anything else. It tastes like water. I just take the cap off, pour it in my mouth, and take a sip, swish it around my mouth for at least a minute, and then swallow. You can gargle with it for a sore throat, spray it in your eye for eye infections, in your ears for ear infections, on your skin for acne, burns, any breakouts that you have. It's a great thing to have in your first aid kit. And is it safe to take daily? Yes. This is not like other colloidal silvers. This is a nano silver that is enhanced with scalar frequencies. So it's an infoceutical essentially. And there you could drink the whole bottle with no side effects. It is enhancing your immune system's ability to devitalize those foreign pathogens, viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites, all of those things. And those things lead to leaky gut, bloat, constipation issues, all of those other things. If your body's immune system isn't strong, you're going to have candida overgrowth, autoimmune issues. They're going to take hold of your body because your body's going to have to fight those 1 or 2 things and not be able to focus on the other things and detoxing and anti-aging. So that's where we want to get to. So I recommend taking it at least 3 times a day. You cannot overdose on it. Remember to leave it in your mouth for at least a minute and then swallow. And you can also use it as a mouthwash. Okay, so we've got then the detox powder. This detox powder is also great for everybody in your life, even your college students or those who are doing eating the wrong things, drinking the wrong things. This soaks up the toxins on a daily basis, but then also helps detox the body of all the toxins you're relieving from the Acceleradine, the silver, and just the accelerated keto, putting you in that detox mode. So remember, the accelerated keto, even though we haven't gotten to the liver flush kit yet, the accelerated keto and the intermittent fasting is already starting to detox your liver and cleanse it and get things moving and turning that saturated fat into unsaturated fat. So it's easier to burn in the liver and cleansing the liver, helping with the kidneys. Now, remember, when you start this cleanse and you start going into a low carb diet, we're trying to focus on less than 20 grams of carbs if you have weight loss as a goal, 50 to 100 grams if you don't have weight loss as a goal. But as we're doing that, the kidneys are going to release a lot of water. So day 1 or 2, you may see some the scale go down a couple pounds, and that's some good water weight that your body was retaining, because carbs make you retain that water. Okay, so the detox powder, it is 6 ingredients that are organic, nothing like it on earth other than the accelerated cellular detox powder. It will help you soak up the toxins you're releasing, and it will help with regularity and bloat. It cleans out the system from years of buildup. It's now enhanced with scalar frequencies to detox the body from insecticides, heavy metals, radiation, and it goes with all of the detox. And what it's going to do is soaking everything up, taking it through your colon and your intestines so that your liver and your kidneys are not bombarded with those toxins. That detox flu symptom that you're afraid of whenever you hear the word cleanse, that makes you hangry or just really uncomfortable and not feeling good, that's from your liver trying to process those detox or those toxins. So when you use the detox powder, it soaks all those things up and allows it so that you feel good. So between the Acceleradine and the accelerated keto, giving you good energy physically and mentally, reducing the inflammation, helping with having the silver kill off all of those bugs you don't even know you have, the candida, the fungus, the parasites, the viruses and the bacteria. There's a lot of viral activity being triggered right now, not just the one, because of everything our body's fighting off. So with all of those working together to cleanse the body, the accelerated detox powder is going to soak up those toxins and carry it outside of the body. Okay, so what's next? This is the Laxa Comfort. This is your pooping pill. We have to poop. We have to be pooping 2 to 3 times a day. And why is that? If any of you are parents out there, remember when your babies came out and essentially every time they ate, they pooped. They ate, they pooped. They ate, they pooped. If you have a dog, they eat, they poop. They eat, they poop. That's what we're supposed to do. And we've gotten accustomed to think that only pooping once a day or every other day or every 3 days is normal. Whatever's normal for you is normal. That's not true. So you want to be pooping 2 to 3 times a day. Take one of these pills, start with one, with your detox powder. And with the detox powder, you're doing 1 to 2 teaspoons at night in water. I like to put it in ice water with a little lemon or apple cider vinegar and a little sweetener like stevia, monk fruit, maybe even honey. It cuts the taste. Tastes like dirt. Not bad, not good, but through a straw and with some ice, it tastes great. And you can actually feel it coating your stomach and your intestines. So you'll enjoy it once you do. And then I like to do the Laxa Comfort before bed with the accelerated detox powder. And if you are not pooping with just one pill, then increase until you do. Okay, if that's too strong for you, you have the Oxy Clear, which is in the liver portion of the cleanse, and I'll go through it later and how we do that with the liver flesh. But you can also try the Oxy Clear to help you go to the bathroom. It's not quite as strong as the Laxa Comfort. Okay, so now what you're going to do for eating. So we've taken our Acceleradine in the morning, right? We wait 15 minutes. We do the accelerated salt. We do the keto, and we do our silver. And then we have our coffee or our tea, and we go do our workout. We go work. We go do whatever. And now we're getting hungry. So what do you want to eat first? If you break your fast with pure protein, so leftovers from the night before, I like to eat wild animal protein. It's much more nutrient dense, staying away from the chicken, the conventional beef, the turkey, the pork. Those are full of amyloid proteins, which actually clog the brain, causing Alzheimer's and dementia, trip up gut pathogens, and cause food poisoning or gut dysbiosis. We want to stay away from those proteins, especially now more than ever. COVID has done this weird flip in our system where it's increasing amyloids in our body. So we need to stay away from those. And foods like bison, lamb, deer, elk, wild fish, those things, and the wild meats, pheasants, duck, those are more nutrient dense. Your nutrients are coming from those meats, not from the vegetables. You could be eating the wrong healthy vegetables that include sulfur or oxalates, which I'll go into in a minute, that could be tripping up your detox pathways. So by focusing on that wild animal protein, you're getting the nutrients that you need. But then what happens when you actually break your fast with that lean protein, maybe a little fat, don't dump on the avocados and the olive oils and all those fats quite yet. But what happens is the glucagon to insulin ratio increases. What does that mean? Glucagon is your fat burning hormone. Insulin is your fat storing hormone. So you actually get this nice bump of fat burning on top of and bigger than the fat burning that was happening with intermittent fasting. It's pretty awesome. And then your body is using those nice amino acids to build the muscles, build the tissues and the organs that we need amino acids and proteins for, especially as we get older. And then it's not going to cause a sugar spike and then a drop, right? And that sugar spike and drop from carbs is what causes us to feel good temporarily and then to also have inflammation, but then drop and make us feel hangry and need that food again. So that pure protein lunch is going to hold you over until dinner. Now, does it have to always be pure protein? No, but that's just a nice little tip. If you're on a plateau, that is how you kind of get that extra bump in fat burning. You can have some vegetables. Now, I'm going to talk about vegetables right now. There's a group called sulfur vegetables, including kale, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, bok choy. And these vegetables, low calorie, ketogenic, but they actually can back up your liver and cause a problem with your sulfur detoxification pathways. So for now, I'd like you to try to stay away from them, because later when you reintroduce them, you're going to say, oh my gosh, I can't eat those. Most of us can't. Our systems have been messed up by glyphosate and some in our environmental toxins that have caused a problem with the sulfur detoxification. So for now, I want you to stay away from those vegetables. Also the oxalates. Oxalates are in kale. Notice kale has both sulfur and oxalates. And those are in almonds, another ketogenic food. They're in chocolate, and some of the other vegetables we will go into later. Swiss chard, spinach is the worst of the worst, so make sure you're not eating spinach. Those vegetables can cause urogenital issues, brain fog, Hashimoto's, kidney stones, pain, arthritis. If you have any pain and arthritis, probably because of oxalates. So we want to get those out. Focusing on vegetables like romaine lettuce, Bibb lettuce, artichokes, carrots are fine. Tomatoes seem to be fine for most people. Cucumbers are good. Celery's great. Then you can also have zucchini. Some of the lectin foods that some people have been afraid of actually are okay for you, when the others in the sulfur group and the oxalate group are the ones that are causing the issues. The other problem that a lot of people are having is their fat malabsorbed, meaning they can't break down fat, and you might get nauseous when you eat too much fat. that's a sign that you don't need to eat a ketogenic diet. You need to prioritize protein. You're going to get into ketosis and fat burning with the accelerated keto. That's the magic. It's kicking you into ketosis. You're carrying on that ketosis for all the time that you're intermittent fasting and it's sticking to a low carb diet. When you maybe incorporate your carbs later at night, if you keep them low, you'll stay in ketosis. But say you have no weight loss issues, right? And you want to increase your carbs, you can have them at night. Do it away from the accelerated keto so that you're getting the most out of that accelerated keto. Because as soon as you have too many carbs, the accelerated keto is going to shut off and you're not going to get any benefit from it. Can you have things in your coffee? You can have, I recommend creamers, cashew milk or oat milk, low carb, okay? Dairy and nuts. Those are the two things that are inflammatory and actually cause weight plateaus, especially in people that are trying the ketogenic diet and think that they're doing everything right and they can't lose the weight. Nuts and dairy, kick them out of your diet. Not forever, but for just right now. And then you can start incorporating them after you're feeling better and feeling where you want to be. Okay, so we've talked about the protein and what we're going to have for lunch. Maybe it's a salad, maybe it's leftover meat from the night before, maybe it's our eggs. You know, we, instead of having our eggs in the morning, we're having our eggs at noon. Organic turkey bacon, I'm fine with. If you want to incorporate some avocado or some vegetables, you can. Just remember, if you have weight loss goals, the more fat you eat, the less fat your body's burning on your body. Okay, so then what does dinner look like? It looks like a big, hefty, prioritizing protein meal. And I want you to eat that protein first. Why? Because protein and omega-3 fatty acids are what trigger this gut a hormone called CCK to trigger to your brain saying, I'm fine, I'm satisfied, I'm not hungry anymore. No other food does that, not the vegetables, not the carbs. So when you eat your protein first, you may not end up eating as much. So you can eat plenty of protein. You're not going to binge on the protein, and your body needs it and it will use it. If you have an issue with digesting that protein, I have some supplements that we can talk about later in the cleanse going over that. Okay, there's the beta TCP, which is great at helping with the breakdown of fat. And there's also a new supplement soon to be on my website called Capex that helps with fat and protein breakdown, a really great supplement. Okay, so then you have your dinner. And so maybe you want some carbs or a dessert. Have a little bit of fruit, organic, and maybe you have a little bit of chocolate. Don't overdo it. And we need to just focus on having the healthy whole foods. Okay. Okay. So Michael is asking what ingredients are in the cellular detox powder. We've got triphala, zeolite, our activated charcoal, mago7, and let's see, diatomaceous earth. Those are the ingredients balanced to not constipate you, not make you have diarrhea, but balance the doshas. That's what you call doshas in Ayurvedic medicine. Okay, so that is what a typical day looks like. You're taking your silver 3 to 5 times a day, your accelerated keto just once in the morning, 3 to 4 pills. You're doing your Acceleradine 3 times a day. And remember, 15 minutes away from everything else. And I try to do the last dose by 4 o'clock, especially if you have issues with sleeping, because this is giving you energy, right? Your salt you're going to use on your food. You're going to put on your tongue, put it in your water, however you want. I don't season hardly with anything else other than this. This is magic. It tastes so good, makes the food taste good. And you've got your Laxa Comfort that you're going to take at night to help with any constipation. Make sure you're going to the bathroom. You've got your Quintessential and your Wild-Lytes that are going to help hydrate your cells throughout the day. You'll be amazed at the energy bump that you get from them. Okay, what does the last 2 weeks of this cleanse look like? That's the prep for the liver flush. And you're going to have the malic acid and you're going to have the Livrol Forte. The Livrol Forte is cleansing the liver. The malic acid is going with it to your liver to break down those liver and gallstones. The whole point of these 2 weeks is to soften those gallstones and get them prepped to flush out in that toilet. So the Livrol Forte is degunking the liver, and it goes to work more efficiently with the malic acid breaking it down. You're going to take 4 of these pills and 2 of these pills 3 times a day. They're strong. So what I recommend is after you've done your Acceleradine and after you've done your accelerated keto and your silver, some other time in the morning, because you're not eating, right? This needs to be done on an empty stomach. You're going to take 4 of the Livrol, 2 of the malic acid with water and go on with your day. Most people have no issues. The second time you do this, I want you to do it 30 minutes before either your first meal or your second meal. And especially if you're only doing 1 meal a day, then you want to do it before that dinner. If you do it any earlier, some people get nauseous because it's working on your liver. Your liver and your gallbladder are where that nausea comes from not being able to digest fat. So it's also when you are stirring up those toxins, it's going to cause maybe a little nausea. So I always like to back it next to a meal 30 minutes prior to a meal so that you don't have those symptoms. And then what you do is then you'll do the third dose, which is super easy before bed, with your detox powder and your Laxa Comfort if you're doing that as well. So you're going to do that for 13 days. For the last 2 days, day 12 and 14, it's best to abstain from any dairy, animal protein, and fat. Now you can have olive oil, but it's best to be on a vegan diet. I am not a vegan. I do not promote vegan diets, but for those last 2 days, we want to make it really easy on the liver, so it's prepping for that last day. A lot of people actually like to fast for 48 hours or just 24 hours, have a small meal or whatever size meal, really doesn't matter. I'm not too worried about the amount of carbs you're having that day, okay? So you can use the accelerated keto in the morning, and then you can also just have the salads and the vegetables, steamed vegetables. You can use olive oil. Stay away from the butter and saturated fats for those last 2 days. And then on that last day, you're not going to take any medications, vitamins, or any other pills, except for I recommend taking your Acceleradine and your accelerated keto. Why? You're going to get your energy from these. Okay. Coffee is totally fine. Coffee actually helps flush the liver. So you're going to take those in the morning. I recommend fasting until you actually do the shake at the end of the night. You are allowed to eat a meal like sweet potato or oatmeal, something with no fat. But what happens for me is, since I'm so used to being in a ketogenic state, that if I have carbs, then my carbs kick me out of ketosis, then I'm hungry an hour later. Okay, so you're not going to eat any fat. So what we want to do is we want to set up the time when we want to have the final drink. Say that time is at 8 p.m. At 12 p.m., I'm not going to drink or eat anything after other than water. So you can adjust the times thinking about what you want to set your day up like, okay? So at 12 o'clock, I stop everything but water. At 4 p.m., so 4 hours later, I'm going to take about 15 to 20 of Oxy Clear. This is a magnesium, very special type of magnesium that's to relax the gallbladder and the liver and release those stones, okay, and cause diarrhea. Then 2 hours after that, at 6 p.m., you're going to repeat it and have those 15 to 20 pills. And then at about 8 o'clock, we're going to have our drink. So before that, you want to get your place ready on the couch where you're going to lay down on your right side. Make some peppermint or ginger tea just in case you're nauseous. Most people aren't. Maybe have a little salt ready to put on your tongue. And in a mug or in the blender, you're going to put 5 to 7 ounces of olive oil, cold pressed only and organic, and then 2 grapefruit, 2 lemon, and 1 lime. Now, can it be 3 lemons and no limes? Sure. You just want a certain amount of citrus fruit. And you're going to put all that together in the blender. I put a couple ice cubes in just to make sure it's cold. And then we go from there. You blend it up. It looks like this nice emulsified mixture. What that's going to do, it's going to be like a slip and slide and flush all of those stones out of the liver into the intestines so that they come out in the toilet, right? So you're going to mix it up really good in the blender, then drink it within 5 minutes, and then you're going to lay immediately on your right side. If you don't, you may fail to get the stones out, and the sooner you lay down, the more that will come out. And lay there at least for 30 minutes, hopefully for at least an hour. If you feel like you need to go to the bathroom before you do the drink, make sure you try so that you're not having to get up off of the couch or the bed to go to the bathroom and miss that window to flushing those stones out. So if you're not eliminating pure liquid in the morning, take another 15 Oxy Clear pills. And again, you can do that again if you are not going to the bathroom again. I recommend getting a colonic that next day. It will trigger a more release from the gallbladder liver to get those stones out. You may not see stones in the toilet for 3 days. You may see stones in the toilet after your first dose of Oxy Clear. Everybody's different. You may not see stones at all. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. What happens is you've literally cracked the door open of the liver to allow the stones to come out the next time. So it's really important to follow it up and do this liver flush. You can do them back to back, but I recommend this 3 to 4 times a year. There's so much more information I wanted to go through, but I'm running out of time. There are some other supplements that you can add in if you're feeling like, gosh, this is all great, but I need more. I have a really bad gut. I recommend looking into the leaky gut bundle. We've got the Mega Pre and the Mega Mucosa. They condition and seal up that leaky gut. And then you add in the Mega Spore, which is the type of probiotic. It's not really a probiotic, but it goes in. It's not killed like by the digestive enzymes like most probiotics, but it's a spore. It's got a brain, and it knows what your body needs and where, and it literally will proliferate the good microbiome that you need. I also recommend on the Ascent Diet Cleanse page the Nuke No More. This works with the Acceleradine to zero out all non-ionizing and ionizing radiation. You really only need 2 bottles of a regimen. Tastes like water, super easy to take once a day after that first dose of the Acceleradine. And you put 12 drops under your tongue once a day, and you do that finishing 2 bottles every day. And then what you do is you'll just need it 3 to 4 times a week for maintenance, or use it on a daily basis if you go flying, have x-rays, or a lot of exposure. The other supplement I really love is the Mega IgG 2000. It is very gentle, but it helps with the gut pathogens and the gut microbiome, kind of seals it up, and it works in conjunction with the leaky gut bundle. The other supplement that is on the page of the Ascent Diet Cleanse is the My Vital C. This is not vitamin C. This is a carbon 60, 172 times more powerful than vitamin C, but it helps stop the cytokine storm in the body from certain things. It will help increase lifespan, help with the hair reversal, the gray in the hair reverse to the original color, increase hair growth. It also helps with skin, and truly does. It's been proven in rat studies to double lifespan. So I'm in it to reverse aging. And there's a lot more to cover, and that's why we have the group coaching. And I'm sorry I don't have time to go through the more questions. The worst vegetables that you can have are the spinach, the kale, the Swiss chard, the almonds, the sulfur vegetables, the broccoli and the cauliflower and the cabbage, onions and garlic. Those are the worst. Egg yolks, that might be a trigger for you to know that you have a problem. If you have a problem with egg yolks, those are full of sulfur as well. So we'll go through that with the group coaching. Please invite your friends and family. I start the Ascent Diet Cleanse every first Monday of the month, and it comes with free group coaching, a great group of like-minded people with a common goal, and we're all on our own journeys. You do not have to do this perfect, and we're going to take you one step at a time. So please join us. Please join the group coaching in the Telegram group chat, or also in the description below. And if you have any questions, is this right for you? Can you do this without a gallbladder? Yes. Or any other questions, just reach out to me through my website, SARABANTAHEALTH.com, and I'm happy to help you. Hope you guys have a great day, and I hope I see you in the next Ascent Diet Cleanse.